Hey, welcome back to Tooling Around Acres. Today we're going to be taking a look at the earthquake string trimmer, and we're going to show you how to start it, and then we're also going to show you how to start it with an electric start versus doing a pull start, because sometimes it's easier to do the electric start versus a pull start, especially for those that have any kind of disabilities. First thing we're going to do is turn on the switch here. And then we're going to go down here and we're going to pump that 3 times, and then we're going to pull start it. Now I'm going to show you how to use an electric start to start it. You got to remove these 4 bolts, which are 5/16. And once you remove those bolts, then you can take the cover off. And then I'll show you how to start it with the drill. Now for this last screw, you will have to release the gas tank and pull it up or pull it off. Set it to the side, and then you can reach this last bolt right here. Now that you've got all 4 bolts pulled off, pull the cover off, and here you have a 3/4 drive nut here. Now, one thing that I'm going to do is I have a spare top. I'm going to remove all of these pieces in here, starting with this nut, and remove all these pieces, and then I'm going to drill a hole through the center that's bigger than the 3/4 inch socket that I'm going to use to start it. There's also an additional tool that will attach to the socket so that you don't rip your arm off whenever you get it started, because it will keep it from back spinning on you so it doesn't break your wrist. So first thing we have to do is we have to do an unboxing, and this is actually for the socket that will keep you from having to go to the hospital, and this is the adapter that goes on there. So this is how it comes, and this is the ratcheting adapter. So it will keep you from tearing up your arm. It goes one way. That's right-handed. So once it gets started, then it'll release so that you can pull it off from the motor. What we're going to do here is we're going to attach this piece, then attach this to the drill, and then we're going to reconnect the top that I have the hole cut through and reconnect the gas tank so that we can go ahead and get it started. So now I'm just putting these nuts back in here on the one that I cut a hole through on the top. As you can see there, the nut will actually fit straight through the bottom and be able to reach the engine. Make sure you tighten all these bolts back down. Snap your gas tank back on. Now the piece that was on this one originally broke off, so it just sits on here. And let's go ahead and try it and give it a start. Alright, so my last tool that I had unfortunately broke, so I bought a new one, and we're going to see how this works. So I've already pumped it up, turned that on, and let's see. Well, it started it, but left the socket inside. So I'm going to have to get the socket out here. All right, now that I have a deep socket, that's what I'm going to use to start this up, and let's see how it goes. Well, it started up. For some reason, this is not holding on to the tool very well. Not sure why. Seems like this ball peen is not holding on to it tightly. So that's the real tool that we're checking out today anyway. And it cranks right up. All right, held on to it this time. So there's just something you got to be careful of whenever you're using this tool to start this electric weed eater, and then you just want to make sure that you keep an eye on the socket. Just turn it just enough to where it gets started, and then you should be able to pull it out, and then you're not going to have any kind of issues. Okay, so this tool is what we're reviewing today, and you can make it directional to which way you want it to turn. So obviously this way it turns here and it comes back. So it only goes one way here. But then if you turn this and reposition it, then it'll go the other way. So you can go both directions on it. This is by PT Performance Tool. And like I said, it's actually a really good tool. Now the ball valve on here, it does snap in on this different tool on this 3/4. Now the bottom piece here, make sure you have a good quality extension for the 3/8 inch drive to lock in. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it locks in place so that it'll keep it from coming off as easy as it was. So all in all, this is a great tool for anybody that has any kind of disabilities or limitations, for if you're trying to start a weed eater or a lawnmower maybe as well. Not sure if it's a 3/4 inch drive or not, but this would work for a lawnmower as well, probably, if you don't have a pull string. And this particular tool will work for obviously the weed eater that we just did, but it will also work for any other type of device that you want to get started. You can start generators, you can start lawnmowers, any kind of equipment that has a pull string with a motor, except for the weed eater. I already did review a tool for that. Thank you for watching. If you like content, please like and subscribe. Thank you.